Hey everyone, it's Rylan. It's July 5th, 2017 at 4:37 p.m. And this is not clickbait. The name of the video, I'm glad testosterone did not work for me, is the basis of this video. Now, I know that I'm gonna get a whole heap load of shit from people that watch this video and tell me that I'm not trans, that I never was trans, that I did this for attention, that this was an experiment, that I changed my mind, that I'm confused. If there's other stuff, it'll be a surprise for me, but I have a feeling that's the kind of shit that I'm gonna hear by making this video. And I would just like to say to all my haters, sometimes your comments affect me, so sometimes just keep your mean opinions to yourself, because I have enough problems on my own and I don't need other people telling me who I am and how I identify. Moving right ahead. So I was on T for a year and 10 months. It was actually going to be 2 years on T this Sunday. I stopped taking testosterone because I realized that I was gender fluid and that my identity was not solely male, that there is fluidity for male and femininity. And I realized that I am just a complex person and I just don't fit in either box. And I didn't want the effects of testosterone to continue to place me more in that permanent box of looking male. And the main thing about that was facial and body hair. And then, secondary would be my voice continuing to change. In the beginning when I started T and I identified solely as FTM, all I wanted was a beard. All I wanted was the low voice. That's all I wanted in my transition. I've had top surgery and I'm 100% glad that I did that. But that's what I pictured as this big, manly man with a low voice and all that stuff. But I'd say in February, I stopped taking T at the end of April. It was actually my birthday, April 25th, that I decided I didn't want to take it anymore. I'd say in February is when I really started questioning my identity and started playing along, playing with my gender presentation and all of that stuff. But anyway, I'm glad that my transition was not the typical transition, in the sense that at almost 2 years on T, from most of the guys I've seen, they have full beards, their voices are super fucking low, they've got hair all over the place, they are usually passing at this point in their transitions. When I first started T, I thought at 6 months from all the videos that I saw that I was going to be passing, but at 6 months my voice was still high and my face looked even different than it did now. It was still much more feminine than it is now. And then at a year, I was like, okay, this still fucking sucks. 2 years, that'll be the point where I'm looking and sounding how I want to sound. And I never got to that. If you watch my videos, I have a video that has over 1,000 views. I think it stops at 9 months, but that's actually when my voice stopped changing. So I mean, it's pretty accurate. But my voice has changed drastically. I had a voice that was 3 octaves higher than how I'm speaking now. And my singing voice, I was a legit soprano. I could sing opera. I was a musical theater belter. I was capable of doing a lot more things with my voice than I am now. And I stopped taking T because I didn't want my voice to continue to change, because I started taking voice lessons again, and I'm realizing that there are still parts of my range that are intact, of a female range, and I don't want to have to have that change again and have to really work harder to find new songs and all that shit. So I'm just saying that I'm glad that my transition didn't go the way that it was supposed to go. I almost think it was supposed to happen this way, that God, like, didn't, I just don't think it was supposed to happen that way. I think I would have been really unhappy if I would have like a 5 o'clock shadow and would have to shave every day. Like, one of the main things that I don't like about tea that happened to me is I have like facial hair that I'm very uncomfortable with now. Like, the hairiest part on my body is my stomach. Like, I look like a goddamn bear. You know, and people don't see that, so I don't really care. And it's not like I'm walking around with my shirt off, but um and like when I started getting like a couple hairs on my chest, I was like, fuck this, I'm out. Like, I don't want to take testosterone anymore. Like, I don't want a chest hair. Like, I don't want that. I want to be able to wear like a dress if I want and not have like a Robin Williams hairy chest, you know? Like, that's just not something I wanted. And I think especially when it comes in terms to like my acting career, it's a good thing that I am able to now pass as male, kind of. Not really, I'll admit it, not really, but whatever. But then I'll be able to play male and female roles and bring awareness of gender fluid and non-binary people into mainstream media. Because, I mean, my acting career it's at the beginning stages. I'm getting there, but I have a long way to go. But anyway, I just think I'm really glad that it happened this way. Do I regret taking testosterone? No. I think it was what I needed at the time. It was the journey that I had to take in order to wind up to where I am now. I would have been very unhappy if I wouldn't have been able to take it. I mean, I think eventually I would have realized that I was gender fluid. And I'm glad that I didn't stay on T any longer than I already did. But I don't think I made a mistake. I'm not like mad that I started T, because now I know what happens. And if I want to get back on it in the future, I can. At this point, I don't think I'm going to do that, but I can't tell the future. Maybe I'll get mad and I'm not getting the roles that I want and whatever, but I'm certainly like already being seen as female, so I don't think I'm going to be mad that like I'm getting gendered as a girl all of a sudden, because I have been this whole time. So I don't really think there's going to be any changes that are like unexpected, I guess. But I think this is the way that it was supposed to be. And yeah, I guess semi-grateful would be the word. I have to shave like every couple days, and that's really annoying to me. But I'm really glad that like I don't have this big bushy beard. Like, there are people out there that like present as female and wear makeup and have beards. Like, all the more power to you, but that's a look that I never wanted to have or felt comfortable with. So I just feel really grateful that this is like where my transition is going, and I'm hoping that as an actor I'll be able to just bring awareness that like we exist. And I'm gonna get comments on this video, I'm aware of it, but that's where I'm at. And if y'all want to judge me and tell me I'm not trans and that this was all an experiment, I mean, go for it, y'all. In the end, I know who I am. I know what feels comfortable for me, and I'm happy with the journey that I've been on, and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. I've had top surgery and I don't regret that. That was like a great decision. I just don't want to be on hormones anymore, and I'm glad that like my singing voice is where it is now, instead of it eventually changing and changing and changing over the years that I would continue to be on testosterone. Because that's been the hardest part of my transition, is losing my singing voice and losing my range. And I think it would bother me even more if my voice were to continue to just keep changing throughout the years. So that's what I had to say. Thank you for watching. And yeah, thank you to the people that are going to be positive about this too. Thanks for the support, y'all. All right, have a good day.